Welcome back here to the ESL Pro League Finals. My name is Hugo. Joining me is Harry, as always, and we're going to be jumping into the next game of the day. It will be NiP versus NRG coming into this best-of-1 series. We're still in the group stages. Harry, how's the day shaping up? You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, man, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, Hugo. You know,
that's good.
It was good sitting down there with you, a couple of hours to chill out. It's been good, but I'm about ready, to kickstart it with some CS again, just before bedtime as well, which is good. Get the blood flowing before you have to sleep.
I didn't know that was a thing, but I'm
it's
sure.
It's bad. Keep yourself awake doing that.
Okay, well, either way, you know what's not bad? This match, and we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. Obviously, we got NiP just coming off the back of the win at Oakland, looking very good recently. Not really coming into this year looking like a threat, but they've certainly built a roster, at least for the time being. Now it's the time to find out if that was all a fluke or if they're going to be able to remain consistent. Firstly, first step, getting out of groups. Not easy.
No, yeah, but I mean that said, I was there, Hugo. I was there when they
rub it in.
Yeah, when they won things out at Oakland, and they were very fueled up. They made it very apparent that they've been putting in the work. They've been really trying to make this work, and this wasn't just gonna be a one-off event. It was going to be crossing over into everything they go ahead and do. Of course, since they didn't really do amazing at Blast Pro. That said, coming into this, I'm hoping that we see, as you say, some NiP magic.
Yeah, I never said that. Actually.
No, I know.
Either
words
way,
in your mouth. It would have been a good sentence, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe next time I'll try and pull that in, kind of set you up for it. Either way, let's have a look at the vetoes, find out what map we're going to be playing on for this best-of-1 series. We've got the bans in all the way to the pick, although it's not really a pick, it's just bans down to the last map, as you know, and the knife for sides that will be going on as well off-stream in just a second. So, Mirage gone, you can cobble to follow. I'm interested to see where this head out. I honestly don't have any expectations for this veto. NRG coming into this game is massive underdogs.
Right? Like, it just kind of throws a huge spanner in the way for trying to predict them. It's going to be Overpass, which keeps things fresh, at least for us, Hugo, because I don't think we've seen Overpass today.
No, we haven't. You're correct. But this is no, sorry, I was just double checking. Yeah, no, this really isn't a great map for NRG. And then again, NRG not known for their deep map pool by any means, but
yeah, I mean, biggest issue, right, is famously whenever you see a lot of these NA teams try and stack up versus their EU opposition, is that they really do struggle. So it's kind of like what would have been a good outcome from this veto, especially when you're going into a best-of-1, right? But then at the same time, you've always got that chance to upset in a best-of-1, especially versus NiP, who are very, very turbulent as a team. I mean, everyone was very surprised at IEM Oakland for a reason, and that's, they win out a best-of-5 versus FaZe. Yeah. And now looking into the best-of-1s, everything's very, very random. There's a lot that can be called into question here. I think that's largely as well why we didn't see them do so well at Blast Pro, was that, a lot of the games there weren't best-of-3s. It was just a best-of-1 decided to see who gets through to the finals, right? So, I think that there's definitely a chance for NRG to try and cause an upset. It just depends what iteration of NiP are we going to see.
Yeah, again, I think NiP is a team that feeds off the fans as well, feeds off the audience. When we have stage games, for example, especially home crowds.
I'll be cheering for them, but I don't know if that's going to spur them on.
All the way here from the UK, I think they can hear it. Well,
I'm very loud. I'm not.
If they get through to the playoffs, for example, again, it's a Danish crowd, right? But I'm sure there'll be a lot of Swedes in the crowd. Plus, I'm sure a lot of Denmark will be supporting NiP because they are one of the biggest franchises, names, and well-known teams in CS. So I think if they get to the stage, that's when they can really be fueled on by the crowd, as long as they're not up against an Astralis or a North.
I mean, that's kind of the good thing, though, about NiP, right? Is wherever you go, there's always NiP fans. Doesn't matter where you are. You could be at an event in China, there'll be like a couple of guys cheering for NiP. You can be in Denmark, right, which is like kind of trying to take that mantle as being like the CS country, And there's still loads of Swedish fans there. But into the pistol round we go anyway here. We can talk about the fans all day long. That's not going to keep Exist or Forest alive as they get taken down very early on. Draken will follow suit in the blink of an eye. It's just Rez left. 1v5. What's gone so wrong? NiP, he only takes one as NRG managed to grab that pistol round very, very quickly, Hugo. I don't think any amount of cheering there would have been enough to stop the bullets.
Blink and you'll miss it. What a round. Yeah, good start for NRG. Certainly what they need coming into this game. Again, for those who are unaware, maybe this is a massive, underdog team in comparison to NiP. Definitely looking good recently. But as you said, Harry, inconsistencies have always plagued this roster. We'll see if they can overcome those inconsistencies. Beat a team they really should be as well. Either way, we're straight into this one. NiP, second round, pistols in. No force, we've got the scout and res, but everyone else is just on pistols. No armor to support it. Res dropped up on long, but he does take daps with him. So one frag going the way of NiP, and a 1-for-1 again when you only have pistols or in a scout like this. This is definitely a good trade, but NiP, triple boost down on B. I like this. Issue is, no one's here. NRG are sneaking their way up through long. Only one player down connected, that's ANJ, but I don't think he's going to be walking to B-Water alone anytime soon. So a nice attempt from NiP. Again, we've been seeing a lot more boost usage recently and in some of the games as well today. But this one will come out with nothing. It's going to be NRG looking to walk up towards the A site. With Forest just there, he'll be able to spot it a little bit before it comes, but he'll have to call for a long rotate down from B Graffiti. That's a long way to rotate back up towards the A bomb site. And if NRG just run onto the site, they'll kill Forest and they'll take it easily.
There you go. Gets caught out in the open. Cirque's able to find that all day long. Now, NiP, those lengthy rotates you spoke about, Hugo, have to come on through. All three players down on B. And it looks like they will just concede this round. Going to go ahead and rotate off, keep the pistols into the next, maybe try and find something on the exit. They don't actually have armor to play with, so curious to see if they do look to try and find some of these rifles as they make their way up through Park, you would imagine. That is their decision.
Yeah, they're looking like they want to try and retrieve this gun dropped by Daps, or maybe the scout that's taken down by Rez. The thing is, right, when you have these pistols in play, you can easily just reinvest in them, because NiP didn't buy up armor this round. So what's $300 in the next round just on an eco? At the end of the day, you could spend, you know, a good 1,000 next round and still have enough for the full buy in the fourth. So yeah, realistically, this isn't an issue for NiP. They lose all the players. They don't really get anything from that round, but whatever, they barely invested. So now going forward, they can, again, full eco and try and keep some money in their pockets, try and move forward with, you know, an AWP into the buy round, good utility, etc. Or they can just, you know, put a bit of money in here, try and win this one. Unlikely, but they will go for the former, not the latter. No pistols other than defaults. And NRG looking like they want to speed up the pace. Ooh, hello. Again. Boost up exists. He's going to catch it. Free kill. They only just realized Cirque has to turn around, and he is going to get the trade, but they're bounding out onto B, and Rez is there. They don't expect this position. He gets so much damage. Won't finish off the kill, but Draken's back in the position that Rez just went down in. So actually, this is really good. Bombs down on the site. Daps is caught in the corner. NiP could do this.
Especially as they don't know that Draken's here. Now he gets spotted out. Will be finished off.
Oh,
decent damage done. But NRG, they do manage to convert all three rounds. Now the buys can come in for NiP. Draken gets himself the trusty AWP and can get armor up behind it. And actually, as a result of not going for the armor there in that second round, they're going to have plenty in terms of utility here. And they were still going to do a lot of damage. That's the crazy thing right now from NiP. It's a good start. As now this buy does come in. Cirque's got himself the AWP for NRG. Rez, look at this aggression. He's already up in a party. Takes a peek on him. Will start to fade away. Has support from Draken as he goes ahead and gets the hell out of mid. Draken is there. Daps is not. As he gets finished off. That's the man advice taken early on for the Swedes.
Yeah, very nice start. Cirque's still alive though, and he's kind of the man I'm looking towards on the NRG side. The Bulgarian AWP, a very young player. But he's proven time and time again he's a man not to mess with. As he's set up towards long, NRG still look like they want to hit this A bomb site, but bomb yet to be retrieved. Fugly's rounding back to pick that one back up. Didn't want to show that early on just to give away the fact that they were heading towards that A bomb site and allow NiP to go for that third rotation. As we do see 3 players down on B, although that's likely to change. GetRight started to climb up the stairwell, so he'll be going back towards that A site. Exactly where NRG are walking in the... Well, Cirque walking into the aim of Draken, he'll be able to take a free kill. So already a 2-man up on the NiP side. NRG, last-ditch effort, they have to hit A.
Well, in they come. Rez is the first man to open up. There is still Draken here over towards long. They get flashed into him. They go walking by. They're able to get the trade as Anjay's able to find it. He goes down. Now Fugly 1 versus 3. Bomb on his back. Able to take the first on to GetRight. Does have the flank coming on in, but he shut it down. And now it's Forest 1v1. Smokes down. Fugly starts to reposition. Up onto the truck he goes. So many angles to clear. Going to be allowed to get the bomb down. Forest Starts to sneak round to long. One shot is all it takes right now, and he will be able to find it. Gets that one back from the Maws of Defeat as NiP find themselves at their first round. Forest picking it up, but that was still that was scary. I wouldn't be putting down sprays after that. That was almost NiP that threw that all away. A fantastic play from Fugly, as he almost gets the round back under NRG's belt, but it will be NiP in with their first.
Yeah, scary. That was a 5-on-3 with no trades, and then somehow they pull it all the way back. It wasn't like it was a 5-on-3 where it instantly turned into a 5-on-4. Draken got the ability to back off after that pick on Cirque on long. So 5-on-3, sitting on the sites, 3 players on A. NRG still managed to make it a 1v1. Great work done by Fugly. Again, one of the players to look out for in this matchup. I think this NRG roster, while they don't have the best performance, on paper, individually, these guys are very good. ANJ's proved his worth in at least local Denmark, and Fugly's definitely, you know, was at one point one of the guys, the upcomers, I guess a lot of people look towards in NA, and he's kind of tapered off a little bit, but he's certainly still got the skill. And, you know, Breeze as well, Cirque, Daps commanding the troops. I mean, NRG's roster is actually quite a good mix of players. It just doesn't seem like they've been able to put the actual success behind it. Hopefully that will come. Maybe it will come in Odense. We'll find out. They are 3-1 up. They are looking for the reset onto NiP's economy, and with 4 players taken down in the previous round, NiP won't have money to fall back on, so NRG's certainly able to do so. With the AWP in play and 3 rifles as well, this isn't too bad of a buy, all things considered, especially the damage NiP did on that full eco round on B. So now we're going to see NRG playing this one very slow, very calculated, just looking for early picks if NiP are going to overexpose. Rez, he's playing close in the toilets, and Breeze about to walk right in. There's the shadow, gives it all away, and Rez can just shoot before he even turns the corner. Man up now for NiP.
That's another early man advantage taken here for the Swedes. Nothing in sight for NRG to try and find as a trader, nor an equalizer. And, well, Cirque might be the man to do it. Holds down long here. Does have ANJ up in the corner. Gonna go to flash him in with the UMP, plays it close. That's one found. Make it 2 as the UMP is doing work.
Oh my god.
Oh, get right. And Draken both fall. It's Rez left 1 versus 3. And he's gonna take a peek on him. Wants to see if he can try and get something done. But if he doesn't find something quickly, which he won't, he'll find a bullet, and that's not what you want. Down he goes, NRG going to go ahead and take one straight back. Not only is that a 4th round, that's a reset onto NiP. After only Forest survived in the previous round and them only winning 1 and then losing, money is out the window for the Swedes. Meaning a force buy is looking likely here.
Yeah, 70 points of health between 3 players that are left in that 1v3, so very dangerous for NRG, but they'll get it away, and that reset, of course, massive potential in allowing NRG to run away with the early start of this game, get a nice 6-7 rounds on the board before NiP even have, you know, a great economy built up and start to have that AWP or even potential for double AWP in play. Less common on Overpass, but always still something to worry about. Instead, NiP, they throw, well, a lot of players up long, 3 in fact, looking to take aggression. Exist is pushed all the way down, but they don't have utility to burst them out, so if he actually wants to go for the peak, it'll have to be dry. Luckily, no one from NRG is actually poised in that position. Cirque was, but he's now moved back round to the party, also in the playground. So NRG, it's all a game of timing. Do NiP push up, or do NRG spot it? What a mouthful. It's going to be Fugly working his way inside the connector, and get right, he's caught in the corner, so man up now for this T side. They're going to start to make their way towards A.
Oh, Forrest's going to catch a bullet, doesn't want to wait around there any longer, will be sent reeling back. As he gets tagged down to 4 HP, this B-bomb site gets overrun by NRG. Rez able to find one with the scout. Just kept things even, now the rotations come in. Daps has already gone aggressive though, and this could catch them off guard. Rez does suspect, but he's gonna... Ooh, timing. Daps takes that all day long. No one else up in the heavens as now you look towards Exist over here in Connector. He does decide to save. Daps clearing out the back line. Forest lies in wait over at long. Exist holding close. Draken down in T-spawn rather. Is gonna fall. Exist has got himself a Mac 10.
Yeah, while we are early days, one thing I'm noticing is NiP aren't seeming to play aggressive at all. They don't ever seem to look for frags unless you have Draken on that AWP just hunting. Everyone else seems to be playing fairly passive positions. Again, you have pistols, so it's a lot harder to control your engagements, you know, and while it's good to just hold a close angle like we saw Get Right and Connector or exist up long, you know, they're not actually pop flashing each other in, they're not trying to take information, get aggression. Maybe we'll see that coming into this pistol round because they will have way more money, at least potential money, because while they're saving around 3k, they could buy down to 2,000. They have 3,400 loss bonus at this point, so it's looking pretty good of money, but they just full eco. They're looking for the best buy possible. No chance of winning the eco, that means, but I guess it allows for a better buy coming up later. We'll see that. We've seen them do a lot more with less in that full eco in the third round, so maybe, just maybe, they could get something done, but NRG are well equipped for this. Full rifles, AWP, and again, holding passive outside A. NiP, they do have players pushed close. They got that Mac 10 there on Draken. Exist just playing bait towards the back of the tree, but the flashes go over and the peek comes through. Nice shot from the Daps to open things up. Breezy follows, and already 2, make it 3 entries. NRG having a field day out on long.
Forest here with the dig. Okay, takes the first. Cirque is there to trade, keeps things as far from a worry as possible for NRG. They've still got a 3-man advantage here, and Get Right 1v4 the P2K, it would be a clutch of the ages, and he'd be the man to do it, but it's not looking likely. Bombs rotating in towards this B-bomb site. There is still a man left over at long in the form of Fugly to make sure he can't get his hand on the rifle that does reside there. Get Right's going to come sneaking on up. Fugly does suspect, checks the angle. Get Right going to go down, and NRG will be on to a 6th round.
Yeah, phenomenal start, and NiP pulling in a pause. I don't blame them for this. I think this is a really good decision. The thing is, NiP have literally thrown nothing into these eco rounds. They barely invested, and as a result now they have plenty of cash, in fact more than they'll need. But yeah, if you're going to save that much and give away the possibility of you actually getting an upset, winning an eco, or even doing damage by not buying pistols, then yeah, NiP definitely should be taking a pause and working out how they want to approach this buy round, because they need to bring in something. They need to look for a pick. We need to see Draken on that AWP. He'll certainly have it, and he needs to open things up. If NiP can start off this round with a man advantage, maybe, just maybe, they can claw things back. But already this is starting to fall out of their grasp, at least in the first half. 6-1 up, not a scoreline you would expect looking at this game.
No, not at all. I mean, coming into this, I thought, you know, NiP would have a fairly easy time of things, right? At least those were the kind of sentiments they laid out at the end of Oakland, was that, you know, this was really going to be the beginning of something for NiP. And still struggling with the best of ones, it seems like. They've never really had a fantastic time, at least in recent times. But charging in towards B, it's going to be Breeze to open things up. Get Right does come in with an equalizer. Forest takes one inside of the site. He goes down. That B bomb site goes crumbling the way of NRG. Rez and Get Right are here on the flank. Cirque lies in wait. Peeks up into the first. He's been able to find it. Get Right just manages to get the trade. And now 2-on-2. Looking to go for this retake. They throw out a little bit of utility they do have early on. Get Right goes charging in through Monster. Draken is up on short. And as he comes up short, he actually has to come up big here for them. Starts to make his way in. Dap's going to get rid of him. Draken misses that shot. And with it, this round is going the way of NRG. There's no time left. Draken going to hold on to the AWP, and Daps will go hunting. As NRG, they're on to a 7th round now, Hugo. Everyone goes down on NRG, but they're still very happy with this.
Yeah, 7-1 up against NiP. You can't not be happy. This is a ridiculous start. And so much money as well. NRG, as you say it, Harry, they lose all 5 players. It doesn't even matter. They've got 12k on Cirque before the buy, and while he does have the AWP, meaning it drops a lot, who cares? I mean, 5k across 3 of the remaining players after the buy, not going to be an issue. We have that saved AWP for Draken. It can be thrown around across the team, but I'm so surprised to not see NiP put anything into these eco rounds. You could easily buy up body armor and CZ and still have enough to buy coming into the full buy. Maybe you'll give up a nade or a kit, but you could definitely have some sort of investment with max loss bonus like this. NiP not exploiting the max loss by any means. This is quite interesting to see, because 2 rounds of max loss is a ridiculous amount of cash. That's 6,800. You don't need that. So they've only dropped 1 CZ each into this. In fact, they're wasting money, right? Because they can easily make it all back. Either way, Forest and Draken will actually open up this round. They both get a kill, but it is traded and it goes further as well in the favor of NRG. They pull back a kill onto Forest as he attempts to retrieve the gun on long. So now NRG back into the driving seat as this game has been entirely. And they look to hit A with NiP having weakened defense and being split up on separate sites. NRG exploit it and they'll just run towards A. Rez is close, but he's going to be the only man who can defend this. If they go for the open bomb plant, potentially he can stop it, but Draken's also coming up through the stairwell.
And there's a gap in that smoke. You better believe Draken takes that all day long. And that's not great now for NRG as Rez posted up here, could easily go ahead and pick up the man advantage. Down goes Daps. Zerk is left 1v2, 30 seconds left on the clock. It is going to be ticking down. Draken, a real problem, and
No.
there you go, Draken.
What?
Okay, you can do that. I think that's enough to get the ball rolling for NiP. For Draken, just walls aren't even there. This man looks to try and be the catalyst here. I'm so glad we got a replay of that.
What on earth? That's not even a lineup. He just goes for it. Why? I mean, I love it. Go for it.
It was the confidence that got me. It's like he knew he was going to hit it. He's just like, nah,
yeah, this
no
angle,
problem.
This
I do this on the regular.
That is... Well, NiP, I critique them for not buying up on the ecos. I guess they don't need to. I guess one AWP's enough, right? A couple of CZ kills here and there, and AWP for 2 for Draken. Screw it, it works. NiP back on the board, and in a pivotal moment as well. They're even going to go hunting this round. Perfect. ANJ dead to Forest as he'll pick up the first kill of the round, so now NiP are sitting in the driving seat. Man advantage, and NRG forced to pull things back. We still have Rez aggressive up into the toilets, but Draken's there for support. And as we know, Harry, with the AWP, this man is a master. So got to watch out for NRG as they begin to push their way up long. We've got Breezy very, very far up. Cirque supporting with his own AWP, but Draken on the other side peeking, and he'll pay the price. Cirque finds a headshot. Now NRG back into the 4-on-4.
Rez. Oh.
Oh.
Breezy going to be able to find that. And now that's the man advantage taken here for NRG. They're going to be flanking back through T-Spawn with the bomb. They leave a man over in mid. In the form of Breezy as Forest and Get Right start to clear the angles. Going to be pushing down through mid, slowly but surely. Once smoke rains in, that's the equalizer found. The only issue is the B-bomb site has come crumbling down around them. They've gone ahead and stacked up towards A, and now they come to pay the price for that decision. The bomb can go down. Luckily enough, and we're given a decent bit of time to rotate in here. Molotov forces them out of position. Fugly and Daps holding down beneath Heaven. Flash goes out, Get Right falls up in the heavens. Fugly's able to find that frag, and now Existent Forest start to make their way in through. Long Cirque's there, and he's been a beast himself with the AWP, finds himself too. The hat-trick in that round is, this time it's the AWPer for NRG to step up.
Yeah, 14 and 3 so far. Cirque is ripping NiP a new one. This is an insane performance from the Bulgarian player. No one else on his team even touching his scoreline. He's above everyone on the server. Definitely one of the reasons NRG's 8-2 up here. That's a reset onto NiP as well. That's a massive economy shutdown now, because now we see the CTs having to force things up. Yes, they have the AWP and the M4, so it's not the worst possible situation, but still, they would have certainly hoped for more with such a scoreline, not even given the second option to to try and pull things back, because not only are we 8-2 down, but we're forcing. And with no loss bonus to play with NiP, they've got to throw in a couple of ecos after this round. So what do we even have? NRG up to 11 before we see NiP on a buy? Very possibly. This has got to be the round that NiP win. They've got to win the force buy. Otherwise, this half is going to be out of control. With 2 MAC-10s, NRG maybe not expecting so much from NiP, but that being said, their own economy is taking a hit. From the back and forth of this map so far, despite there only being 2 rounds, NiP have been putting up damage. Lots of kills on these ecos sometimes. And Forest, he'll start it off.
Breezy can do what he can to pull things back. Rez is here now with the rifle, keeps the advantage in favor of NiP. And Jay's going to be waiting over here towards short. In position to cut off these rotations. He finds the first bomb. Plant gets denied by Get Right. Now the pressure's on for Daps and Anjay. Rotation up to short. Draken spots the man crossing. Can't deny the plant, but actually Antigone jumps down. Now he has to take the fights. The bomb can't go down. Rez peeks out from short. And that's NiP to get themselves a third. They're clinging on, Hugo.
By the skin of their teeth, Harry. One rifle, one AWP, but they make it work and they're back on the board. Such an important round to work with as well. As we said, this could have swung out of control even further if 8-3 wasn't already out of control. But NiP, they're looking to restabilize. AWP still in their hands. Not quite the same story on NRG, who only have two CZs to work with alongside the triple AK. Definitely far from the best, but they're looking to rush B. 4 players, quick out the monster. Molotov down, but they re-smoke it. Goes straight in. Exist just overrun, and Breeze is going to take that kill every day of the week. Fugly's here catching rotations, and with Rez coming down through the T-spawn, sorry, he'll certainly do that. That's now a 3-man advantage up for this T side, and the bomb down as well. This is so good for NRG. They are just shutting the door in the face of NiP and keeping them out of the sight. We're going to have to see a save.
I'm not really sure what I expected here, Hugo, but I don't think it was this. I don't think anyone expected this.
Not at all.
Maybe a close game, but I still thought NiP would be the favourites heading into it. NRG, I mean, even struggling a fair bit when you look at it over in the NA region now. On LAN versus NiP, kind of the top team in Sweden right now.
Yeah, I mean, they came 6th in ECS, 4th in EPL in the regular season. You know, and even though they came 4th in EPL, they're a team, as you say, Harry, struggling massively in the NA region. I mean, let's look to local events, DreamHacks. They've never gotten out of groups, if I'm correct. iBuy Power Masters, they got 1 map win in that entire event over Luminosity, 19-17, so it wasn't even a clean sweep, it was an overtime game. And then they went out in groups with 2 losses. 5th and 6th at the minor. Like, I can't think of anything NRG have accomplished with this roster, but this may be the start of something new. Maybe this event they'll be able to pull the rabbit out the hat, because they've certainly started that with a 9-3 scoreline. Looking very good. We'll see how far this goes.
Yeah, and there's a tactical timeout called on in by NiP. You wondered when it would happen, and it will be now. This, of course, gives them some time to communicate with Threat, their coach. He's someone who's given a lot of structure, a lot of reform the way of NiP. Let's see if he can try and figure out some of these issues on their CT side.
Again, this mixed buy. We'll see if NiP can get anything done with it. Not quite the AWP, but Draken has got the scout. Quick up short as well. Get right. Does catch the first kill. So another thing in the way of NiP, sorry. They seem to be taking lots of man advantages, but not always closing them out. We'll see if this time it's a different story. Scout up. Nice shot for Draken. Takes the head of Cirque. And the AWP dropped as well. A big kill. Is NiP heavily in the driving seat for how long?
These remaining players over in mid. And Daps at long. The NRG trainers grind to a halt here in this round. Bomb starts to rotate back along with Anjay. Daps is still left here at long. Draken's there though. Does he see this smoke? That's the question we're all asking. Is it rendered in for him? Daps starts to head his way. Smoke's now faded. Any sort of cover that he did have has been stripped away from him. Daps flashback. Jay's here in connector. Get rid of Get Right. Rez. Got to keep things in favor of NiP. Dispatches the lone player. He's able to go ahead and find one, though. That is going to be NJ taken out. Fugly's left 1v3. Forrest finds both frags, only having a CZ, has upgraded himself onto the rifle. And now NiP do get themselves a 4th round.
They seem to be getting more success on like half buys or just eco rounds than they are on actual buys. When it comes down to buy versus buy, I'm thinking, have NiP won one yet? Or,
yeah, it seems like NiP have been spending too much time around, you know, the old sort of like
they've won one buy round.
The Frenchman curse that we used to see, right?
Just
where it's just like, yeah, they can win 4 buys, but everything else, nah.
They've won one buy round out of their 4 rounds.
Oh, look at this, Hugo. Going quick out through mid.
They are indeed. Draken flashed out, and already NiP falling back. Although NRG aren't quite the speedy demons themselves, Harry, they're held back by the smoke, and they sit back waiting for the time being. Nice flash. NRG will finally make their way out. We don't have this AWP on NiP to hold the angle and just get a shot off and drop back, so NRG less fearful of that for the time being until they've spotted it, which they won't. They do look towards connector, and with the bomb there as well, it only hints towards a potential B-side attack, but they've got a probe A, at least for the time being. If they find a pick, they could certainly reconsider, and Cirque's looking for exactly that. We've got Rez pushed up, Draken there for support, another player on the site, but Rez has already been spotted. He's going to fall off a little bit. Cirque spots him as well, but he's still got the crossfire from Jacken, so this bait is actually really good. Cirque may get completely overrun here, but apparently not. A&J's there for support, so he rounds the back lines, takes down Draken, and Cirque drops one in the meantime. But it's only Get Right left on the site, and he's got to go huge. He may have kicked things off with 1 kill. There's 2 more left to find. Oh, sorry, 2 more rotating in here for NiP. There's now 3 on the site, and Exist, he's going to make it work. 1 kill, and make it 2, in fact, as well. Exist is having a tear, and Fugly, while he will trade, he's got a huge job ahead of him, and only 2 will be found. It's NiP to get away with a round, but by the skin of their teeth again, Harry, and that's been this entire game.
I mean, that's just something about Exist and showing up when you need him to.
Yeah.
And he does it there, finds himself 3 quick frags. And, he's bottom of the board right now, 5 in total. He actually over-doubled his frags in that 1 round. But that's kind of one of the reasons I like him so much, is he can be having a very quiet game and then he'll show up in a big way. This round, it is going to be the force on the cards for NRG. NRG. 3 players over here in connector. Daps and Anjay, they've already taken some damage early on. Daps on 10 HP, Rez is in the corner. Oh, that was a bit sloppy, but he's able to stay alive. Now they come rushing through the smoke. Draken finds the first. Rez lights up the remaining players, and that is NiP to claw back some rounds at the last couple in the half. A 9-6 scoreline at the end of the first half. Let's see if NiP can pick things back together in the second.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half here between NRG and NiP, the 2 most horrible mouthfuls of names to say together, but we're here. NiP fast up long, it seems, with the bomb as well. Plenty of utility to hit this A bomb site, and even a Molotov, potentially for post-plant, although more likely towards bank. We'll see. As NRG, they've got a default by themselves, and in fact on the A bomb site, they've got 3 players, so NiP walking into a bit of a stack here over on A. Could be an issue, but we'll see. So they start to sneak their way up. We've got the first line of defense being Fugly, playing very open on the left box, and he'll be spotted as well. Optimus Prime players peeking. That's Daps, a bait from Breeze. He lets him run past, but he's spotted in Forest. Quick couple of kills with the pistol. Nice stuff. Bomb down. This should be NiP's round. Surely NRG cannot retake this.
Yeah, 3 versus 5. That said, stranger things have happened. Well, this round is going to get turned upside down anytime soon. Forest in with 4, wants to try and make it the ace. And Fugly, he's able to get 1. No, denies the ace. Sorry, Forest is going to go down. Fugly, still 3 left to find. Oh, he's making things tricky. Time's ticking away. Has to move swiftly here. Draken. Oh, no,
knife. Do it. Do it.
Go for the knife.
Respectful, Draken. Be respectful.
No.
Oh, how dare you?
I mean, to be fair, when money's on the line, there's nothing wrong with, you know, all fair's in love and war. You know what they say.
Jokes aside, no problem. 7 rounds up, though, for NiP. Exactly what they needed to come back into the second half as well. A 9-6 scoreline. It was a little bit more out of control. It was a 1.8 to 2, if I'm correct. So NiP certainly pulled it out from what could have been a difficult game. And this is now certainly doable here for the Swedish players. But we're not over yet. NRG is still in the lead for the time being, and that will not change until they have their first buy ahead of them, because it's just pistols here. A scout in place, Cirque saving for the AWP, and already Fugly flashed down along, looking for a pick, and he finds it. Great shot to Rez. Gonna look for a second. Oh, it's close, but he won't connect the dots. There's more players moving in for support. That's breezy. So NRG have a couple of players up towards long, but NiP, they'll just fall back. They don't want to fight there anymore.
Exists. Well, he's going to be creeping out in towards middle. Yeah, I've got a man down. So going to be holding close. Shadows are going to help him out greatly here, but nothing's going to stop that. As he takes a shot to the face, now you've got it. Prezi holds off down long, but doesn't survive long when Forest comes to play. Everyone at long goes down, and NRG going to try to come in through the back line. Does get rid of Forest. Done a good job of slowing things down, at least. They can't just now waltz in towards A like they would have liked. Exist is the cleanup man. Throws out all the weapons outside of the map. Ooh. There's Draken. Gonna get rid of Vanjay. Leaves it all on Daps, who currently resides down in the toilets. They're gonna go ahead and start to cross. They think that it's clear. We had Draken peek on in. He's probably called it. Didn't spot anyone, but get right. Always weary and always watching.
But a full eco now for NRG. No one investing. No cash to put into this one. Cirque has a bit of money left, but that's for the AWP. And there's no reason getting a lone P250 in a round like this. Very unlikely you'll get too much done. NiP, they have a great buy ahead of them. Double Mac-10, triple rifle. And look at this setup already. Fast into B, NRG, they've set up on the wrong side of the map, and they are getting aggressive, so a lot of information gained, but the issue is, because NiP played fast as well, they've already found the B site, so NRG already poised for the retake, sorry. Not going to be able to stop any Swedes from entering the B-bomb site for the time being, but they may be able to get back in. There's the first kill from Cirque. Forest dead, but now NiP to look to contest before the rifle's picked up, and they've got rifles to play with themselves, but look at that. Oh, coming in from heaven, it's Daps. One quick kill with a USP, and Fugly as well. Everyone's finding frags from NRG, and finally NiP will respond with a couple of kills, but still this round is a question mark. Still NRG could get something done.
Kind of starting to push on in. Draken has the Mac-10 here. Both players up through short. There you go. Into the maws of Draken. He gets things back under control. 3 frags for him, 2 for Rez, as the 2 newbies to NiP managed to clutch that out in the 2 versus, I think it was 2 versus 3 in the or 2 versus 4 that never should have been.
Well, here's what we've been waiting for, Harry. The decider for the half, at least the early stages of it. The AWP on both sides. The full buy. And the AWP posted for Cirque, but he'll miss his opening shot, blinded out by the flash of NiP. And they'll start to push heavy into connector. Lucky timing for Daps to fall out, but he's got to be aware of his back, because he can still push in. Cirque catches Rez. That's a big kill as well, but they still don't have eyes on the connector, and NiP have so many players. Oh, Cirque, he's going to get overrun. Surely he can't get away from this, Cirque. How is he getting 2 kills? Going to round up with 3 in the round, but he's still got a job to do, or at least the rest of his team do, because now it's a 2-on-2. NiP, not grouped, but looking towards this A bomb site. Exist is just checking that no one's coming out from the lower side of the B. They can sneak their way back up onto A, but A&J is still here, ready in wait.
It's Draken and Exist. Gonna start to push down in towards this A bomb, so A&J's there. as you say, does still have the smoke as well. Could go ahead and delay the whole push. And as Breezy starts to clear out the B bomb site, he's already pushed all the way down through short. Can hear these rotations come on through if they do, which doesn't let it go into. NiP seem fairly focused on this A bomb site. It's NRG who has to try and step up. If he finds the first from then on in, he just has to try and buy time. He spotted the barrel of Draken at long. Draken goes walking out. NRG is able to find the first. He spots Exist as well. Oh, Exist going to go for the bomb plant. NRG doesn't peek into it, thinks it might be a fake. Exist does manage to get away. Now he's at long. Flash goes in. Breezy now inside the site as well. Going to Molotov off the long angle. That's a nice, easy cleanup there for NRG. NRG able to find himself two. Both the frags that came in from the long angle. Well played there by the NRG boys. Now they've got themselves onto a 10. They retake the lead.
That they do. A long time coming, but they're here. And NRG trying to walk down victory lane, but they're 6 rounds behind. AWP not an issue again in this round as they pull it up for Cirque. He had a UMP at one point, but just a miss buy. And NiP still back on the buy themselves, so money across both teams, but less so for this T side. They've got to win this, so again, it will be the eco. In fact, maybe even a double eco if they don't get bomb plants going through, because loss bonus certainly not built up now after winning 3 in a row and only just conceding their first of the half. Cirque tagged up early on. He's just going to fall on back off long because that NiP, they've sent a lot of players up here. NRG again heavy on this A side attack. They've got 3 players ready and waiting. So NiP about to walk into what some would say is somewhat of a stack on A. It's more common that you'll have 3 players down on that lower bomb site. Fugly's pushed up in the meantime and Daps is rotated onto default. With Cirque still posted on long, we don't quite have this bait and switch setup, but Daps is still there for support. So even if Cirque gets overrun, Daps can re-peek in, maybe trade. We do have that open play, which can be an issue trading against, but we'll see. Cirque's posted. It's rare that he misses, but we'll see. Exist jump spotting, and so NRG know exactly what's up. They know there's going to be a push coming down, so rotation should be coming in quickly, but Fugly, quick kill, drops a bomb. He's not even traded. Get Right finally does the job, but Daps is there in the meantime, so he's dropped it as well, taking down that second player and got into Fugly's position. Get Right doesn't expect it, and he goes down as a result. The AWP dropped on the site, but still NiP with only 2 members surviving, and ANJ's wormed his way behind enemy lines in the meantime as well, so he can even stop this plant, and NiP don't know he's here. So Draken walks out, and no idea. Clean up from ANJ, 2 rounds ahead now for the CT side. What a great start to the second half.
Yeah, that AWP going to be carried forward, thrown over to Cirque, means they can get the AWP into this round. Pause called in. I feel like it's going to be tactical. And it is for NiP. Now we saw that threat, you know, he's a magical man. Of course he is. He's a NiP team member. You have to be part magic. And he does work some serious magic within this team. He was a lot of the reason behind them getting the win at Oakland. We saw in a lot of the interviews, both kind of after that win and content given out afterwards, that they feel like he was someone who really kind of re-energized, reorganized the team, and has put a lot of structure in place. So they get their opportunity now to try and talk to him. We already saw in the end of the first half when they took that pause, they actually went on to win the next few rounds on the back of it. And now would be a fantastic time for that to happen once again, as the pause starts to come through to an end. It is going to be a partial buy here for NiP, so largely that talk going to affect what happens in the next round.
Yeah, now it makes me wonder, do NiP buy next, right? Because they've got 3rd loss bonus, so they've got 2,400 coming in next round. Most of them sit on about 2K here, so if they buy up next round, they'll have 4,400. That's enough for an AK, armor, and a couple of nades, smoke flash, but it's not enough for a full buy. Not enough for that AWP, especially with Draken investing. So it makes me think maybe they'll go for the double eco, considering Draken's actually put money into this, unless he's just not expecting to get the AWP at all. We'll see. Yeah, questionable to see the AWP actually put money into this, but we'll, you know, again, it could make sense. If they double eco, it's fine. Won't be too much of an issue, but look at this. Fugly maybe. Flash in. He peeks and he takes 1. Only 1. Could have gotten the second onto res, but luckily Cirque's there for that exact job and he can clean up with the AWP. Needs his back watched, but he's going to get himself 2 before he goes down. And finally the Dealer Forest strikes, but he'll get flanked. So only 2 kills there for the man on the T side. And now NRG leaping and bounding 3 rounds ahead. Draken had spare money, so that's why he went for the Deagle. He's got the AK instead of the AWP, so that was actually a choice. He didn't want to get the AWP play. He had the option to with that buy, but doesn't matter. Full AKs across the board. He had success with the AWP in the CT side, but maybe not feeling it on the second.
Yeah, and rifles across the board suggest they might try their hand at something a little bit faster. Speaking of fast, fastest man alive. He's already out through mid. It's Fugly charging on in. NRG is able to get one. The trade does then come through from Rez, but Fugly's very far forward. They don't see this coming. Draken will be forced to never see the light of day again. So he gets shut down. Man advantage up for NRG. Well, now NiP, they've had to grind to a halt here. They've lost the man advantage. Got everyone over here towards this B-bomb site. I mean, the fact that Fugly was so aggressive, they don't know if he's continued pushing or not. So now they have to constantly worry about the man that could be in the back. And of course, we know he's not. Daps is here over towards short, able to find the first, make that 2. How's he still alive? Rez does take 1, make it 2. He's been able to double down. Cirque is still here. Gonna look to try and keep Rez away. It's a little bit scary, the blood flowing through his veins. You can see that Rez is feeling it. Adrenaline starts to kick on in. He's 1v2. Has to ace it for the win here for NiP. I mean, they stuck everything into this round. Rez holding off short. Fugly starts to sneak on up. Cirque still holding from afar. Flash goes high. Rez gonna feel the full blunt of that. And Cirque shuts him down. NRG in with the 13th round. And in spite of all the effort that Rez put in, it just was not enough.
And that's such a good angle for Cirque to check as well. With Rez walking down that close position over the bridge, like that's a spot.
Down long, that could have been such a huge opener. Now Cirque's allowed to re-peek into it. He does take 1. Draken's able to trade. Man advantage still up for NiP. Rotation starts to come on in. The bomb plant going to come through. And at this point, NRG might just think about saving. And that's exactly what they're going to do. But that's why Get Right is here to try and prevent exactly that. But he gets nothing done. He will fall. Well, actually, NRG apparently didn't get the memo straight away. He's going to be sticking around. Perhaps wants to see if anyone from NiP comes hunting. Knowing for both teams how important the economy was in this round.
I think the reason he's staying here is Get Right saw those last 2 players saving. He should know that, or NiP should know that there's no one here on the site. They should expect NRG to be saving with the rest of the group, so they'll have their guard let down, and NRG can do damage. And he's got the AWP as well. That's so big. He saved it from Cirque's body on the truck, so actually running away with a really valuable piece of kit here. Just surviving as well. 18 points of health. NRG, they'll give up the round, so NiP do have money moving forward, thank God, because that could have been over for the Swedes before they knew it. But it's not over for NRG either, because they have got this buy, Harry. They actually invest round it as well. Putting pistol into DAP, same story I imagine for NRG. He actually gets a FAMAS, bit of utility. He's a bit more money than his counterpart. So NiP still on full rifles. Since they've ditched the AWP, they've had a lot of success. So maybe that's been a big difference in their play. Molly up towards short to deny Cirque's fast aggression, but the smoke will put it out, and he still continues to push up through. Got to be careful, though. Forrest on the other side. Dap's back in the connector again, but Forrest, he's given free roam with the smoke down. Cirque flicks back. 1 shot for him, but he's got to worry about 2 more pushing down towards B. And they'll back off, but they'll back off into the hand of Cirque. 1 shot to the leg of Draken, and he's down low. NiP going to react by quick pushing A, and there's no one here. There's Fugly up in the toilets, but that's the only man. They've got to give up the A bomb site. And NRG, again, a retake scenario going to be likely unless Fugly can delay these Ts.
Yeah, and that 1 flash might have been enough. Exist stops in his tracks. Fugly still holds over into us, but it's given time. Daps and Cirque now both reside inside of this A bomb site. It will be 3 players here for NRG. NiP stacked up. Fugly still going to be holding close in the toilets. Get Right. We'll just be lying in wait here, just outside that flash. Forces him back. Fugly now pounces. He's dropped 2. That's the bomb. Down in toilets as well. And for Get Right, the pressure's now on. Draken's far away. Fugly's in with a 3rd. Might want to try and make it 4, but Draken will be there to snuff him out at least. There's only 23 seconds here for NiP. A save is looking likely. Draken There's no way for him back into this round. That will be a 15th for NRG, and at this point now, NiP, they're competing for overtime.
And this is a worse situation than losing that last round. This is 10 times worse because now they get reset. We talked to them about them having, you know, max 3K with a bomb plant. Now they don't even get that. They even lose Draken after time. That's so much worse. No saved gun, no saved money, not even $3,000 on a single player. NiP, where has the money gone? It's a reset for NRG. And goddamn, this is going to be a tough game to call back from if you're NiP. 15-11. A final pause called by NiP, sorry, or second final, I think. We've had a lot of pauses this game, but they have certainly been worthwhile for both teams. And yeah, it's the last one for NiP. They've got nothing left to fall back on. They have to find a flawless 4 rounds, only to go to overtime and then have some more success, which is a task in and of itself. Their CT side, they struggled. They only got 6 rounds. So even if they make it to OT, they've got to suddenly turn that around and start to have success there, because NRG, they're running rampant.
I mean, NiP, a team that's kind of just come off the back at the victory of Oakland. You know, words that they were expecting to do well, even, you know, in the closing events towards the end of this year. And now, they're not really getting off to the best of starts. They're 1 round away from potentially losing this here versus NRG, a team that I think a lot of people expect them to just be able to kind of breeze over no problem. And, well, now, all that gets called into question. Going to be a force here for the last, potentially last of this game. I hope it's not. Stacked up over it long, going to go pushing on in. There is a man of barrels to try and keep them away. That's Brizzy, he's gone down. Man advantage taken here for NiP. Been afforded control of the site as well. The bomb plant can come through. The UMP holds up close. And actually, we haven't actually seen them go for a retake. That boost gets shut down. Cirque's now lost the AWP. Fugly's in danger of going down here. Does luckily have the crossfire set up with J. He's able to get himself one. We'll start to form a hasty retreat. NiP, they're able to cling on to life that much longer. They've found their foot into the door at least. It will be a 12th round for them, but they still need 3 more flawlessly here. But this is a lifeline, Hugo.
And this is a game that's giving me a heart attack as well, right? Because NRG, now they've been reset. Now their money's gone, Harry. They have nothing. They only have saved weapons. Yeah, they can force around it. Daps can throw over. Daps can... Daps can throw over a gun. Breeze can buy. But, I mean, do you want to buy at this point? It's 12-15. You've only got a couple of buy rounds ahead of you. How do you want to approach this? The 2 options NRG have are buy now, assuming they lose. Buy now, eco, buy again on the last, or eco now and hope to close it out next round. Because, yeah, to be honest, I think a buy in this round would have made more sense because they would get 2 buys together. Now they're ecoing. It means they get a buy next round and then they have to force for the 30th. That's actually quite dangerous. And while the buy here wouldn't have been great, it does allow for 2 buys put together out of 3 rounds instead of 1 buy and then 2 forces, or 1 buy and a force and an eco. So yeah, realistically, you could make a good argument, a good case for NRG putting money into this game, or into this round, sorry. That being said, they play safe. They look to get a big buy next round, or hope to. It's going to be easier said than done with the remnants of cash they have saved across these players. AWP and M4 are going to certainly have to get some damage onto NiP, keep their economy at bay, try and limit their availability for that AWP, although we've not seen it since they called in that tac pause and bought up, so they specifically didn't get it. Yeah, Fugly posted on long and NiP again. Slow setup towards the A bomb site, smokes to be reined in potentially. We do have NRG with a lot of manpower here, 4 players up on A, so this is something they've been running a lot. It may have success again. Breeze already caught out. Quick trade attempt by Daps. He does manage to land it. Fugly picks up with the AWP. He drops the bomb. Of all rounds that NRG could win, please don't tell me this will be it, but his shot through the smoke won't connect. It's Daps instead, but he's dead. And now it's just Fugly and A&J. 2 men up and a quick flank up for the Dane. He's in the back lines. His teammate may be dead, but he can stop the bomb plant here and now. He peeks out just a bit too late, but he still catches Get Right. 25 seconds left on the clock, and Forrest, he may have to force a plant as he runs towards the back. He spots a Dane and he takes the fight. Keeps NiP in this one. So while NRG lose the round, they at least get damage, but that could have been the victory with just 2 saved guns.
And this has come down to the wire. NRG, they're going to partial buy into this round. They want to go ahead and go all in into the last in regulation. AKs across the board. NiP, they want to try and keep the dream alive, and they're using all the NiP magic in the world to do it. A nade finds good damage early on. Resin exists, both tagged pretty badly from it. Draken not looking too healthy either. He's managed to pick the kill up. The dabs now. Get Right comes in. Quick spray transfer to find himself two. There's just one man left inside of the site. It's NRG. Gets one. Should be it. Make it two. Okay, he's doing damage here. Still alive with the CZ. Wants to try and take a third, but Draken will put him to sleep. And now NiP 14-15. Hugo.
See, the big thing about this is they went for the double eco. Instead of going for the early buy when they have two saved weapons, which therefore lets them eco one round and then buy up last round. Wouldn't be the best buy, but they'd have rifles and the AWP for sure. They've actually gone for the double eco and then buy, which, yeah, means they have a better buy here, but it also means they only have one real attempt. Obviously, they put up a lot of kills in that round 2 prior, but this is their only real buy. Out of the last 3 here of regulation time, this is going to be their only shot, as you say, Harry. Otherwise, we'll be going OT. A big risk for NRG to take as an underdog for this matchup, but sometimes risks have to be taken. We'll see if it works. The AWP is up on Circle, and they're playing the bait and switch towards long again. We haven't seen NRG throw this in this entire map. They've put Circle constantly up towards long, but they've never had Fugly pushed up. This is very, very classic. Again, if you see an AWP down long, you should expect a close player, but instead NRG go a bit aggressive. They start to take a fight on long. There's no one here for NiP. They've rerouted down towards B, and that's where 2 players remain, Breeze and A&J. Only 2, in fact, but they've taken a man. Forrest dead as he comes out of the connector, so a good kill for Breeze to start things off, but he's got a lot more to do. As NiP, they're going to slide their way out to B, in through the monster. A&J again, the first line of defense, but Breeze is making it count.
Yeah, there's only 3 players left. NiP, they're starting to seep on in. They fought so hard to pull it back to here and exist. Well, he's not ready to give up just yet. A&J going to go to take one more. 2 versus 4 now. Exist goes down as well. Get Right falls, and somehow NRG have done it. They've got ahead and won this out. 16-14 over NiP. And I mean, that is crushing NiP. They do everything in their power to pull that back. They get it so incredibly close. We go the full 30 rounds and they lose it on the last.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, that's not the way that I figured this would have gone.
On the flip side, though, what a map for NRG. Great performance.
Fantastic
Coming
stuff.
into this event, you know, again, I'll be honest, I was expecting nothing. This was one of the bottom teams for me in this event. That, you know, I was not seeing them get out of groups. Again, there's a lot more of them to go through. They are now 1-1 at the very least, but still, that's a great victory to take. Again, a team that just came off the back of winning a 250k event, that being Oakland 300k, in fact. So, yeah, NRG, what a start. It's only one map, but it's Overpass. It's not a bad map for NiP by any means, and this isn't one that NRG really frequent. So to see them actually have such a great performance on them and still, you know, remain controlled, have good composure, know when they should be ecoing, don't overstep their welcome, and just good rotations, especially on that CT side, I'm impressed by them. I'm excited to see what we're gonna you know, spectate coming through the rest of this event.
Yeah, definitely. I think Circuit is a very, very good prospect. Thus far. If he keeps playing like that throughout their games, then you know, he's going to be someone to keep an eye on.
I think he dropped 30 kills that map, if I'm correct, or very close. He was at 28 at one point. So
the other man who I don't think there's any ignoring is A&J. He looked fantastic. He was someone that he always managed to get at least 2, and that was like a miracle thing for him. They're pushing towards the site, NiP, they're like, yeah, you know, we got this. And then A&J, always from behind Truck. It was always Truck. He steps up from there. But no, I mean, that was fantastic from NRG. They went above and beyond my expectations there, especially based on kind of what we've seen from them as of late. They haven't really been doing too spectacularly. And then they take a map off of NiP, a team that just come off the back of winning IEM Oakland. So, yeah, that's a great start for them.
Great start, but we'll see how they continue. And also, we'll see how Misfits and Optic play. That's going to be the next match and the final match here of the B stream for the day. But don't worry, we'll be back with that one in just a few minutes, so stick around.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, NVIDIA GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Tinderbox, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.